Okay. Well, here goes. My mom just called me from Shoppers Drug Mart, and um, she's looking for supplies for herself and her partner because they're both over 65. Um, and for myself and my kids because my youngest son has a rare disease, progressive rare disease, and I'm almost 14 weeks pregnant, so we're both very compromised to this virus that's going around. Um, so my mom is a retired nurse, very compassionate, caring healthcare provider. She's been covering people's shifts as they're coming down with this virus. Um, and she called me from the drugstore to say that there was a dad in the baby aisle crying because all the formula was gone. Because people have decided that hoarding is the way to protect their families without considering that there are other families that might be out of the things, the basic things that they need to survive, and putting their kind of anxious need to do something to protect their families, which is understandable. But we really need to start being cognizant of the fact that hoarding large supplies of basic essentials is actually putting families like mine and families like that dad's, his infant child now has nothing to eat, putting these people at risk for our own kind of comfort from the anxiety of this crisis. I myself, like I said, coronaviruses are very dangerous to pregnant people. And my son has an extremely rare condition. There's 50 cases in the world. And him and I had to go to 5 different stores the other day to try and find toilet paper because we were actually out. We're not hoarding. And we were not able to find any at 5 different stores. So we totally put ourselves at risk of catching COVID-19 by going to all these multiple places that, we really shouldn't have, but I had no choice. I have no one to do it for me. And we were out, but the shelves are empty at all these stores. The eggs are gone, the bread's gone, the toilet paper's gone. There's just this story about this family in BC where we are, or this couple, and they just totally wiped out the entire meat section at the store, pushing people out of the way, making sure that they got all of the meat, laughing about how they got it all, and, oh, are we going to be able to pay for all this? Ha ha ha, we got it all. And leaving nothing for other families. Like, they have enough meat to last them months, and now there's families that don't have the ability to get any because it's all gone. And the shelves are empty. Like, as somebody who's compromised, and as the parent of somebody who's super compromised, it's beyond aggravating. And I acknowledge there are some amazing people out there that are doing the good, the right things. Like my mom, who's 66, so is compromised. Like, her age alone puts her at risk for this, but she is picking up people's shifts, and even though she's retired, and going and taking care of clients in long-term care facilities where it's so super high risk right now. And she's out there trying to get emergency supplies for my kids and I. And my neighbor, who, when she found out I went to 5 different stores and had no toilet paper, came over and dropped 6 rolls off of my door. Like, these people are heroes in this situation. But unfortunately, they are not the majority. And so we have dads crying in baby aisles because now they don't have the ability to feed their infant children because people are being selfish. I just don't know a nicer way of putting it. We have to remember that there are people more vulnerable than us in this community. And if we take everything and hoard everything to ourselves, people are going to suffer. People are going to die, not because of the virus, but because we have taken all their bare essentials away. I spoke to the manager of the local Save on Foods here the other day because even pickup for groceries, the wait list is over a week long. And he also has a relative who is high risk and is hoping that some laws come into place to kind of stop the hoarding and hold these people accountable that are putting, vulnerable people at risk. Because those of us who are at risk, it's harder. It's harder to get to the stores. It's harder to feel safe getting to the stores. So here are all these healthy people who, are low risk, and they are taking away all the bare essentials for those of us, for everybody, but especially those of us who, are going to be especially vulnerable to this virus. And it's not right. And I don't know what else to say about it, but this is scary. I always live with the fear that my child, who has a progressive neurological disease, that something's going to come and take him from us. And I'm not alone in that in the rare disease community. I mean, 1 in 12 Canadians has a rare disease, and this is incredibly frightening for all of us, like incredibly frightening. And then the lack of compassion we're seeing from the healthy community is just makes you question humanity. Usually you see a lot of compassion for kids who are sick, but not during this crisis, not at all. I had people who could clearly see I was pregnant going ahead of me in stores and grabbing stuff, and that still doesn't bother me as much as a man not being able to feed his infant child, or not being able to find basic essentials for my child who already battles a rare disease. It's just like, can we please all remember that we're human? We are all human, and we all have value in our community and value in this life, and we all have something to contribute. And yes, this virus is scary. It's very scary, but there's no need to deny others the bare essentials so that we can feel a little calmer in our home with our stacks of toilet paper and stacks of Tylenol and kind of hoarded up essentials. It's just not necessary. And let's not contribute to the problems that this virus is presenting to us. Let's help our neighbors. Let's look out for the kids who are already compromised. Let's look out for the seniors who are already compromised. Let's just look out for each other, because that's where humanity's strength is. And I'm just, I'm seeing some of it, but not enough. So we really need to reach out, 6 feet apart, have our social distancing, but look out for each other, and stop the hoarding. Please stop the hoarding. There's absolutely no reason. There's just not, All right. Well, that's my spiel for today. Just stay safe.